final resting place of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, our first president. As I mentioned earlier, since he died, this is actually his third burial place. After his government was overthrown and he went into exile in Guinea, the government and people of Guinea accepted him. And not only that, he was honored with the post of a co-president because of the active role he played much later in the independence struggle of Guinea. So he was living there till the latter part of 1971 when he fell very ill. So they took him to Bucharest, Romania for his medical treatment. That is where he died of prostate cancer in 72 at the age of 63 years. So his body was later embalmed and then taken back to Guinea, where he was given a state funeral and burial as their co-president. But 3 months later, they transferred his body from Guinea back to his family house in Ghana, because at the time he died, his mother was then still alive. And he happened to be the only child to his mother. So she was asking to bring him back. So they took him there where a mausoleum was also built for him. But a couple of years later, Ghanaians thought that he had to be honored for all that he was able to do for us. So this place was constructed in 1991 by our then leader, that is Jerry John Rawlings. So when they finished it, he was then transferred from his family house to here. So this is his third and hopefully his final resting place. It's built of Italian marble, but designed by a Ghanaian architect. Now, back then, due to his passion at promoting African unity, and among the leaders who formed the Continental Union for us, that passion made him to marry a lady outside Ghana. His wife was actually an Egyptian called Nkrumah. She died in 2007. But soon after her death, the news came from their children that during her last days, her wish was to be buried by her husband. So the government of the day was informed. A lot of discussions went on. It was eventually agreed. So they brought her body back, gave her a big state funeral, and eventually they brought her here. She is buried. We have a tomb on the side. So let's come this way.
How old is she when she passed?
75. That's the wife. And they eventually had 3 children, 2 boys and a girl. But before he married her, he had an earlier son with a Ghanaian woman. So they are all 4. And all of them are still alive. 3 of them live here currently, whilst 1 is in Egypt. And 2 of them are also active politicians here. But interestingly, they are not in the same political party. Yes. The daughter, until recently, was the chairperson for the father's party, the CPP, and we have indications that she's going to contest next year for our presidential election.
She's still with CPP though, right?
4.
Party, she can't change the party.